Hey guys, Paul from JCR Chassis Works here. Thought I'd take a couple minutes to make a video and show you our 2004 to 2006 GTO half dash. It is available in fiberglass, and we may possibly do one in carbon in the future. It would depend on the orders we receive. The dash is the top half, where it's cut right here, where there's a style line that goes across this from the factory. We have cut it there and reinforced the backside so it's strong. We leave the side panel a little longer. You can cut it off here or angle it depending on how you're building the cage and your mounts to Zeus fasten this in. The reason we do this as a half is because if you sit back further in the chassis than where the OEM seat position is, and your feet are back further away from the firewall than what it was from the factory, where this factory dash curls and goes down quite a ways, and your feet end up hitting that because your feet are back. So if you are sitting back further and you try to use the full dash, your feet would be up in that bottom section. They'd be hitting that. So this is why we cut that off and just build the top half. So it gives you clearance for your feet. So what we do is make the top half and install that. If you want it as a half dash, let us know when you place the order, because the way we reinforce it and build it is different than what the full dash would be. So let us know so we make sure that we build it correctly for you. You really shouldn't just take a full dash and cut it and try to use it, because like I said earlier, it's going to be really weak across this area, because the rest of that shape and curves that goes with it that makes it strong as a full dash isn't there. So we need to do it different across this face so it's strong and doesn't break on you. The dash is the same otherwise. The dash weighs 5 pounds, give or take, in fiberglass, and in carbon it would probably be more like 2.5. The dash, I believe, lists for $550, whether it's the whole dash or the half. The whole dash weighs 10 pounds, 8 pounds maybe. I don't think it weighs quite 10. I think I have it listed for 10, but I don't believe they're that heavy. Like I said, this dash is 5 pounds. The reason that it's the same price is because it comes out of the same mold, and we do have to make the whole dash. That way it doesn't damage the mold, and we're able to get it out of the mold. If I were just to make the half and save the time just to make this piece, between the overspray and the splatters of resin and the thin laminate and gel coat and things that are left over, I probably wouldn't be able to get that out of the mold. So at this time, this dash is the same price as the whole dash. If there's enough orders for these all at one time, I may consider making a new mold for it where it's just a half, and then of course it would be a little less because there would be less work. You can paint the trim as you can on the full dash. Paint the trim silver like the factory was. You can paint the hazard switch red like factory was. The little GTO emblem you could do in silver. We've had customers make replicas of the factory gauge cluster as a decal and put in there. Same with the switches, they made decals and put in there. It looks really nice that way. One of the great things about these fiberglass dashes is you can Zeus fasten them in, which is really the recommended way of doing it, and then all your electronics ignition and stuff can go on the firewall behind the dash. And then if you need access to that, you could just pull a couple Zeus fasteners out that you would have on the side here and up on top. Pull a couple Zeus fasteners out here and remove that dash just probably in a minute or something, and then be able to access your electronics and ignition that are mounted behind it. And on the back side, look for the JCR decal, and you will know you're getting JCR quality. If you need more info, check the website at www.jcrchassisworks.com. There's a Composites tab. Click on that, and pricing and other info is there. There's also a JCR Chassis Works YouTube channel with video of the full dash and of all of our other composites, and lots of tips and helpful info about the GTO composites that you should be watching, and so you can learn and understand exactly what you're getting. And if you had any questions, they may be answered there, or you may get questions by watching it and know what to ask when you call us. Thanks, guys.